In the ancient kingdom of Eldoria, there was a queen whose heart was as cold as the stone walls of the castle. She was a stepmother to the crown prince, Aric, a young man beloved by the people and blessed with a kind heart and a just mind. The queen, however, harbored dark ambitions for her own son, the cunning and cruel Prince Varian. One fateful night, under the guise of a grand feast, the queen summoned a witch from the far reaches of the kingdom. With a heart full of malice, she struck a deal with the witch to cast a curse upon Prince Aric, ensuring her son's ascension to the throne. As the moon reached its zenith, the witch chanted an ancient spell, and a shadow fell upon Aric. The curse was cruel and cunning. As Aric slept, the sorcerer crept into his chambers and whispered the incantation, "From flesh to scale, from man to serpent, let this prince's form be turned." A mist enveloped Aric, and by dawn, where the prince once lay, there was now a snake, its eyes glinting with human intelligence and sorrow. The kingdom awoke to the queen's feigned despair, proclaiming her stepson had fled, abandoning his right to rule. Her own son was quickly crowned, and the snake, which was Aric, was left to roam the castle gardens, a silent witness to the treachery that had befallen him. As a serpent, Prince Aric's experiences were a profound journey of resilience and silent observation. Though his body was confined to the sinuous form of a snake, his mind remained as sharp and aware as ever. He slithered through the gardens of Eldoria, a silent spectre in a place he once walked as a prince. The world was different through the eyes of a serpent. Colors were more vivid, and scents carried stories. He could feel the vibrations of footsteps on the earth, taste the air with his flickering tongue, and hear the whispers of leaves. The garden, once a place of leisure, became a realm of heightened senses and primal instincts. Aric's heart ached with loneliness. He watched from the shadows as life continued without him, his presence unnoticed or met with fear. The bustling laughter and warm embraces he once knew were now replaced by the cold, damp soil and the solitude of his new form. In his serpent form, Aric became an observer of truths he had been blind to as a human. He saw the duplicity in courtiers' smiles and the quiet strength in the toil of the servants. He learned the language of animals, the songs of birds, and the whispers of the wind. This time as a serpent granted him a deeper understanding of his kingdom and the hearts of his people. Despite the curse, Aric's time as a serpent was not without its lessons. He developed a patience he never knew he had, and a will to survive that surprised even himself. Each day, he grew more attuned to the natural world, and in his silent vigil, he found a new respect for all forms of life. The constant care from the loyal maid, who saw past his scaly exterior, was a balm to his weary soul. Her kindness was a beacon of hope, a reminder that love could transcend any curse. Before Eldoria became known as the maid who helped the serpent, she was a simple girl from the village of Thistledown. Born to a family of humble farmers, Eldoria spent her days tending to the fields and caring for her younger siblings. Her life was one of routine and hard work, but she found joy in the little things, the song of the morning birds, the fragrance of the wildflowers, and the stories her grandmother told by the fireside. Eldoria's grandmother was a wise woman with a wealth of tales about the ancient magic of Eldoria, the Veiler of Nights, and the kindness of common folk that could change the course of history. These stories ignited a spark of adventure in Eldoria's heart, and she yearned to see the world beyond the rolling hills of her home. As fate would have it, a royal procession passed through Thistledown one spring day. The Queen, struck by Eldoria's grace and beauty, offered her a position at the castle. Eldoria accepted, eager to provide for her family and to explore life at court. At the castle, Elara quickly proved herself to be diligent and trustworthy. She worked tirelessly, earning the respect of her peers and the nobility alike. Despite the grandeur that surrounded her, she remained kind and grounded, always stopping to help others, be they noble or servant. It was this very kindness that led her to the Serpent, Prince Aric, on that fateful day in the castle gardens. As months passed, the maid's devotion to the snake never wavered, and her feelings for the prince only grew stronger. One day, as she wept by the garden pond, her tears fell upon the snake, and a radiant light burst forth. The scales melted away, revealing Prince Aric, restored to his true form. With the truth revealed, the people of Eldoria rose in support of their rightful ruler. The queen and her sorcerer were exiled, and Eric's brother, moved by the loyalty and love that had saved his sibling, abdicated the throne. Prince Aric was crowned king, and the maid, who had shown him true love, became his queen. Together, they ruled Eldoria with wisdom and kindness, ensuring that no shadow of deceit would ever fall upon their land again. The snake had been but a vessel for a lesson in love and loyalty, a tale that would be told for generations in the kingdom of Eldoria. The queen's plan seemed foolproof, but she underestimated the power of Eric's spirit and the loyalty of his people.